So today we're going to be making a mountain bike video based on the tips and upgrades that you can do to your bike that cost you no money at all. So as long as you have the right tools, you can pretty much do it in your own garage in like 15 minutes or less. So yeah, let's get right into it. So first of all, we're going to talk about our suspension settings and all that. There's two major settings, the rebound and the air pressure. Air pressure measures how soft or stiff the bike will be. Basically, the more air pressure, the stiffer it'll be. Less is the more plush it'll be. And you can adjust that to your weight so it won't bottom out. And it'll give it plush enough of a ride where you can land jumps without your wrist being clapped. The rebound just measures how slow or fast the bike will come back up after it's compressed. So this is especially helpful on jumps. You don't want your rebound too fast where it'll kick you, but you don't want it too slow where it won't give you a good pop. And it will also feel a little bit like soggy, I guess. Depending on what style of riding you do, you're going to adjust that for your style. It's not the same for everyone, so I'm not going to be able to tell you exactly how to adjust your bike. So just play with it, see what feels good, what makes you tired or makes your wrist hurt, or if it works for your jumping style or whatever. So yeah. One thing I forgot to mention for adding air into your shock is that you're going to need a specialized shock pump. This one's different than the pump that you'd use to air up your tires. It has a press-to valve on the end of it that threads onto your shock, and then you pump air into it. It has a nice little gauge on it. You can click this button right here to let out pressure. So I'd really recommend investing in one of these, and everyone on the team will be asking to borrow your shock pumps. So the next one's pretty simple. It's just your seating position on your bike. A lot of people know that you have to adjust the height of your seat depending on how long your legs are or how tall you are. You want a little bit of bend in your legs, but not fully locked out. But a lot of people don't know that there's adjustments up here too. So with these bolts right here, you can do two things with it. You can either go forward or backwards, just sliding on the rails, or you can use, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little slot right there. What that does, it allows it to either pivot forward or backwards. Right now my seat's just about level, maybe a little bit too far forward, but rule of thumb is you want it pretty level. Some bikes may have a style more like this with the two bolts on either side. It works in a similar way. You can just loosen those up and pivot the seat, or you can slide it on the rails, but either way, still the same concept applies. You can have it about level, and you can have it farther up to the bars if you have shorter arms and stuff, or you can set it farther back towards the rear tire if you have longer arms and you want your seating position set back towards the rear wheel. So yeah. So in the last bike upgrades video, I talked about pedal pens for the people that ride with flat pedals. For flat pedals, you have to buy new pens, but for clipless pedals, as your spring wears out, it may feel easier to like just pull your foot straight out like that and it'll just come unclipped. So you can fix this by just tightening up your spring. Just make sure you do both sides of the pedal evenly so it doesn't feel tighter on one side, and when you clip in on the other side it'll be super loose. So yeah, all you have to do is just tighten it half a turn or something like that, and just make sure that you can get out on a flat spot. So if you're in the trail and you need to clip out, you don't get stuck in your pedals and fall. So the next upgrade or adjustment you can do for free is just flipping your stem. So what this does is it either points your stem this way or that way. If you have your stem like that, it will probably excel your downhill position because of your body weight and just your overall riding position. But it also will sacrifice a little bit of your climbing abilities. But if you have it pointed down, it may put you in a better climbing position, but it also sacrifices a little bit of your body position for downhill. At the end of the day, it doesn't make a day and night difference, but it does help a little bit, and when it's for free, it doesn't hurt to just try it out. So as you can see, this stem is pointed down, so this bike's probably more set up for climbing. So yeah, and then my bike, the stem is pointed up, so it's more set for downhill. Even though it still is an XC bike, it feels pretty good on the downhills, so yeah. So the last thing I see is tire pressure. If you have tubes, you want more pressure than you really need because you're more prone to get pinch flats if you have a tube and you have too little pressure, because if you hit a rock, it will just pinch the tube and you'll get a flat, and that sucks. So when you have tubeless, you can put a lot less pressure in there because you don't have to worry about pinch flats, which will give you more grip. And don't forget, you can just plow over cactuses or whatever you feel like. Shameless plug, go get yourself some sealant from ASB. But yeah, that's besides the point. But if you have tubeless, you can run a little bit less pressure in your tires, which will give you more control over your bike and more grip, especially if you're in a loose kind of dirt. That'll help you out a lot. Or if you're climbing, it will give you more grip in your rear tire, or descending in your front tire to give you more control, and you can turn around switchbacks that are loose. Well, that's going to wrap up our 5 easy upgrades or adjustments you can do on your bike. Hope you guys learned something new. If not, let us know down in the comments your free upgrades or whatever. So until next time, see you later, Cowboys. And be sure to watch the tubeless install if you want to do that. We'll link that in the description. So yeah.